I'm going to welcome Siani, Jillian, and Tamani.
Incredible.
Learning all about empowerment. So first off, let's go ahead and get into introduction. So let's introduce yourself, what your business is, and a little bit about your business.
So I guess I'll start. My name is Tamani, and I'm the founder and CEO of Women of Lynn, which is a women's empowerment organization dedicated to uplifting and empowering young ladies like you all through support and networking. We do so many different things. I do community service, podcasts, webinars, seminars, we basically do it. Outside of that, I am a senior in college at the illustrious Bowie State University, and I study PR. And then I also have a 9-to-5, and I work at FDA.
All right, hello everyone, I'm Siani Spears. I'm the founder of Third Grace. Thank you. Third Grace delivers plant-based products which are handcrafted, so I make them all myself. And yes, in my full-time job, I am an HR recruiter.
Hi everybody, my name is Jillian Carter. I am the CEO and founder of Sidebarre DC. I don't know if you guys are familiar with bar, but bar fitness is kind of a mix between ballet, yoga. We have some HIIT in there as well. I also have a 9-to-5. I am in multifamily real estate. So I related a lot to what the women were saying earlier about being the only black woman in your field 9 times out of 10. So it's great hearing that somebody else has that same struggle as me. Yeah.
So just to give you a little bit of detail about how I know each of these ladies. So Tamani, I met really over a social media relationship, and then she invited me to be on her podcast, and we connected there, and we pretty much just been staying in contact with one another ever since. Siani, I have known since we were trying to figure it out, like high school, beginning of high school, and then we actually work together for our 9-to-5 currently right now. And then Jillian, I also know from high school, and we've actually worked together with the Fit and Fabs that we have here at Joe's. So if you want to take classes, they do have classes here at Joe's. I definitely would say check it out. So let's get into this first question. What type of legacy do you want to leave behind? Whoever wants to go ahead.
So this is a tough question, I will be honest. So when I was thinking about it, I think the biggest thing for me was there are so many women that have kind of made me part of their legacy by bringing me onto what they were doing or mentoring me. Even women in my family, strong women in my family, I'm kind of part of that legacy. So looking back at what I've done so far and what I plan to do, I think the biggest thing is involving other women in my legacy. So helping them out, teaching them what I know, teaching them stuff that I want to know, that kind of thing. Just making sure that we are all kind of doing this together, like each one teach one kind of thing. I want to be known as kind of like giving back to the youth especially. I'm on the board of a nonprofit that specializes in youth in Seat Pleasant. And then I also teach girls 3 to 10 ballet in DC. So I think I'm very wanting to be the little girl that other women helped, but me being that woman helping the other little girls, if you're following.
Okay, and I will piggyback on that and say that this was a tough question. And so for me, I'm still figuring it out, and that's okay. I just started third grade last November, so it hasn't even been a year for me yet. So that's still something I'm definitely trying to figure out what exactly my legacy is. But I can definitely speak to just continue to educate people. That's one of my main goals, is just to educate, especially people of color, on what they're putting on their skin and how harmful it can be. 60% of what you put on your skin is absorbed. So really just educating people and making people self-aware so they do know.
I will be honest as well. When I saw this question, I was like, legacy, such a big word. But it's so much that goes into the word legacy, and I had to kind of think about my roots. It does sound kind of sad, but it is the story of a lot of Black families in America. I was raised without a father, but I was raised by a strong Black woman, strong aunts, and just overall just strong women around me. So I want to leave behind the legacy and message that women could do anything that they set their minds to, defying the odds, defying, what odds may be against you. And that's just it, leaving behind that message.
All beautiful legacies. I know that definitely is a tough question, but I can say just from watching you all with your businesses, you all are already leaving a legacy for younger women to come, because all of your businesses are well known. So I applaud you all for all the work ethic that you have been putting in, and just really seeing how many lives and people that it has been impacting over the short period of time. So the next question would be, how has social media benefited your business? I know social media is clearly a huge platform, and I know a lot of business owners, small business owners, really utilize it to really just push our businesses forward. So how would you say that it's benefited you all?
I'll start. Social media has impacted my business in so many different ways. I do have a mentoring program within Women of Land where I mentor girls in the areas of entrepreneurship, professional development, or academics. And I never thought in a million years that I could get outside of Maryland. And I have mentees in Virginia, I have mentees in Atlanta, Texas, LA, and it's literally just from social media and the way that we've impacted the women here, and other women seeing that from different states and different areas, just seeing that on social media, it drew them into us. So social media is a lot bigger than I feel like people know, and it's really important to pay attention to what you put onto social media, because you never know who's watching. So.
I'll agree with that. Social media is definitely a driving force. I'll definitely say that I don't think any business today could really be successful without social media. And for me, especially selling a physical product, and especially within the beauty industry, I feel like it really is, it's made it a lot easier. For one, definitely just having a good aesthetic, and definitely just promoting your brand's identity and having a social media strategy has been very important for me, because I know when I look at a lot of other beauty brands, it doesn't even really matter if the product is good, and I hate to say it, it's more about the packaging or who's reviewing their product or something like that. So I'll definitely say just having a good presence on social media and a good aesthetic. Sadly, it doesn't matter how good your product is sometimes, people will buy what is pleasing to them. So,
and Third Grace's aesthetic is on point. If y'all are ever going on their Instagram page, always inspiration, so make sure y'all follow.
So for me, social media has played a big part in Sidebarre. Quick little story, so this summer, prior to this summer, Sidebarre, we hold fitness classes, so not anything tangible that you can buy. So say if only 4 people show up to the class, okay, you just made enough to pay off that rental. So for the longest time I was thinking, well, how can I make money like while I'm sleeping? So we came out with merchandise. So one of the shirts that Siani is wearing is one of our shirts. So I was like, I know this shirt has so much potential. I just need to like get it in the hands of the right people. So fast forward to the summer. I wake up one day, my cousin's fiance called me and he was like, you gotta go watch Quavo's story. And I'm like, why is he calling me at 7 in the morning telling me I gotta go watch Quavo's story? So go on his story, and what do I see? Sweetie's wearing my shirt. So then I was like, well, okay, this is cool and all, but nobody knows it's a Sidebarre shirt. Like he kind of zoomed in on the back, but you could never make it out even if you weren't really trying. You know, it was gonna be a lost cause. A little later that evening, it was a Saturday night, I was home chilling, probably watching something on Netflix, not like being antisocial. Sweetie posts the shirt and she tags us. So this was just great because I already had the business up and going, website was up and going, we had the merch, we just needed to be able to push it. So that's exactly what we did, and yeah, so social media has played a big part. Now sometimes I think, oh, people think we're a t-shirt company, but no, we still hold fitness classes, but you know, we're pushing all of it at the same time.
It's different layers to the business. And every single time, I have that shirt in 2 different colors. So every time I wear it, everyone's always like, where'd you get that shirt from? Anytime we post it on social media, can you send me the page? Like, it's a quick, simple share. All you gotta do is just share it right on social media on IG. So I would definitely get that shirt, especially if you are a business owner. The next question that I have for you lovely ladies is, what is your driving focus / inspiration for why you continue to push for your business? Who wants to start?
I'll start. So as I said before, Sidebarre is a fitness business. So the leading killer in African American women is heart disease. How can you prevent that? You work out 30 times a day, maybe every other day, it still prevents it. So I would definitely say that just helping my community in that would be a driving force. I also have hypertension, so even if it weren't for my community, I would still have to do it for myself. But because I solely believe in Sidebarre and stand behind its mission and see the women after they leave class, the classes are formulated for them. So from the music, from what we're working on the abs, you know, I believe in it, so I think that, and just seeing them leave and then book a class right after they leave the class or buy a class pack, I think that's something that definitely keeps me going, and it's a total wellness thing, so why wouldn't I want to keep pushing that in my community?
I'm sorry, can I have you read the question again? What is your driving focus / inspiration for why you continue to push for your business?
So for me, it's definitely my mom. So in 2015, I lost my mom to breast cancer, and that's the main reason why I am so concerned about what I put on my body these days, because I watched her have to go through that and just be conscious of what was in our daily deodorant or lotion. So definitely that keeps me going. But like I said earlier, just now it's more so that I want to educate people, because I feel like people don't know how harmful it is, and just how big of a difference it can make versus switching out your deodorant or your lotion or whatever it can be. You use these products every day, so if you think about it, you're putting chemicals on your skin every day, not to scare you guys, but it's a simple switch, and if it's that easy, why not do it? So just to continue to educate people.
Let us know the facts, see?
The driving force behind what I do, I don't want to get emotional. So when I started Women of Lynn, I was really insecure about it, because women's empowerment is, you know, a really vast industry and a lot of people do it. And I was thinking for so long, I sat on the idea for about a year until I actually launched it. I was thinking, how could I put my brand out there and have it be differentiated from others? And that's why we have so many different things like our mentoring program, we publish articles, we have a podcast, we do all that to set ourselves aside. But the driving force behind what I do is those little DMs and those little emails like, I loved your event today, or I loved your podcast today, it really poured into me. Because a lot of people, it goes over, you know, their heads. You know, when you put content out there, you need to be mindful of who's watching it and who needs it, so to speak. Because I know when I listen to a podcast, who listens to Sarah Jakes Roberts' podcast? Yes,
Who
I love
actually went to
her.
her event?
Every time.
I actually ran into Tamani there.
Oh, it was amazing. And little like events like that and her podcast, every time I turn on, it's just pouring into me. So when I do my podcast, when I do my events, I always have that in the back of my mind, like what can I say to pour into this woman right here, right now? Like with my mentees, shout out to you, Cynthia, I think you're here. My mentee, Cynthia, I think Chelsea is here as well. When they first joined my program, they're two completely different people than who they were and who they are today. And those emails like, our meeting helped me today, and you know, you're pouring into me, I love what you're doing, I'm in a completely different position than when I was, you know, when I first met you. Things like that really keep me going, so.
And that's really what it is all about, just in terms of really pushing your business. And I know when we actually attended Sarah's event, one of the main things that stuck out for me and what she was saying is you have to continue to complete your dreams, because there's someone waiting for you on the other side. And that really stuck with me specifically for this event, because it's not about you. It has never been about you. It's about God using his gift through you to touch somebody else. And that's what this event is for me. So I hope that you guys really are soaking up all this information and really getting inspired, because what we do for our businesses is about helping others. It's never really about ourselves. At the end of the day, it's nice to make money, yes, but when you look back at it, is money gonna be worth everything that we did? No, it's not. It's about the people that you meet, the events that you have. So all of that goes into why you push for your business every day. So what would you say is one thing that you wish you knew before starting your business?
One thing I wish I knew before starting Women of Lynn is to not share my ideas with people. Hate to say it, hate to break it to you, but when you share your ideas with people, even though they may be your friends, you never know their true motives. They may say, oh, that's an amazing idea, or oh, yes, you should do that. And then as soon as you don't do it quick enough, they'll do it. I had someone do that to me. I wanted this person to be a panelist at an event of mine. And I was telling her about the event, you know, all the things that I wanted to do within it. And then she did the same exact thing. And I was like, are you serious? So definitely protecting my vision and my brand, not giving people too much, just enough but not too much, is definitely something that I do now. So.
I would say that you're going to have to ask for help, and it seems like a simple one. But my friends know I struggle with this a lot, because they're always like trying to help me, and I'm like, no, I got it, it's fine, but you can't do everything yourself, especially if you want to grow your business. So I would just say know when to ask for help, for one, and just definitely what type of help you need. So I do everything myself right now, from managing social media to making the products, to packaging the products, to shipping the products, like everything. And it is a lot. You don't obviously want to burn yourself out before you even make it to your prime. So definitely ask for help when you need help, and that's okay.
And all that packaging is made with love. So
Yes, a lot of love, a lot of time. Yes.
So I'll piggyback up off of what Siani said. I ask for help all the time. I have two instructors, Alexis and Maya, who are both here today. And literally without them, Sidebarre would be maybe one class a month. Just joking, but it would be a lot harder for me to focus on all the other things, like creating merchandise, packaging the merchandise, handling our website, handling our bookings, handling our emails. So definitely ask for help. Another thing I was gonna say is that it's expensive. So when you pay all this money to start up your business, you don't realize that those are recurring fees. They come annually. So that's one thing that I wish maybe in my first year that I would have known, that I would have budgeted for a little better. But we're still here and still standing, even though those fees are recurring.
Fees are very real, very real. So how would you say that each of you stand out from your competitors?
I'll say just for me, in the beauty industry and selling a product, like I said before, it really is about the person behind the brand. A lot of people do what I do. A lot of people have natural products, handmade products, you know, with great packaging. So it really is just the person behind it and their drive, and if they connect with you and you connect with them. So I just say that's.
One thing that sets me aside the most is my genuineness. I think a lot of people, you know, and I'm just speaking in general about women's empowerment organizations, they look at it as a moneymaker and a business and having all these events, but what are you really doing to pour into the women that are around you? And thanks, but just pouring my heart into my brand and genuinely caring about everybody who comes in contact with me, thinking about how I can help them, how can I pour into them constantly. I think you can see that just literally through our social media and just knowing me as a person. I think that sets me aside the most.
Absolutely, and I think just passion for your business is really what stands you apart, because that's going to separate you for your work ethic from others. For me being in a fashion industry, a lot of people feel that you have to be competing against everyone continuously, and I've always been the opposite from that. From my networking events, just to pretty much anything that I do, even something like this. I'm always looking to help others showcase their platform as well, because we can all win. I truly believe that what's mine is mine and that's not yours. So God already has something for me, and He has something for each and every one of us. So at the end of the day, why are we sitting here complaining or competing with one another when we all can individually do what we are supposed to do? So I think that that's very important for people to realize. Although I asked that question on purpose, because it's really no competition when you know that you have a talent that God has given you, because He, as I said earlier, He's using these gifts to share for other people. So you should never look at it as a competition, but how can you help uplift the other women and who are trying to do the same thing that you are, just in different ways. So the next question would be, being a Black woman in, oh wait, sorry, I'm so sorry, Jill. Go ahead. I like to talk a little bit. I don't know if y'all can know.
What was the question? I just want to hear it again.
So how do you stand out from your competitors?
Yes, okay. I will say in the boutique fitness world, you will not really find a workout that is very inclusive to everyone, although it might say that, maybe not necessarily. So I think that the people that I'm trying to reach, the demographic I'm trying to reach, I think that that's how Sidebarre stands out, because it is fully created for the Black woman. So I would say I don't really compete with other boutique fitness studios, just because I'm not necessarily trying to reach that demographic. I'm trying to make the demographic I want to reach feel comfortable and confident when they work out.
And just a small plug for Sidebarre, they now have classes at the Kennedy Center. So that is very huge. As you said, being a Black woman in business, and to have a business that's specifically for Black, just being Black in general, at the Kennedy Center is a huge, huge deal. So congrats to you. And I know all three ladies are here, so congrats to you all. So you guys can go ahead and clap together. So the next question that I have is, being a Black woman in business, do you feel that you all have had obstacles that are different from others, and how have you handled those obstacles?
So I will say an obstacle with getting my demographic to work out is we don't really do it. We're worried about messing up our hair or not having time. So I will say that has kind of been the biggest obstacle. I will say that we are trying to overcome that with making sure that the workout is still fun and wanting it to be something that you bring your girlfriends to, or like you can even bring your man or your man friend, whoever. So I think that that's definitely a big obstacle, but we're working with you guys, and you know, we try to make it as fun and exclusively inclusive as we can.
To be honest, I have not come into that many obstacles, just because, like I said, I am still so new. One of the obstacles I can say is kind of piggybacking off of Jill's, just trying to reach people of color. Honestly, it's really hard to get us out of our ways, I feel like, and to try new things, especially something that's not the norm for us. So that honestly has just been the biggest struggle so far, just trying to change your outlook on the things you use every day and the things you've been using for hundreds of years.
So if you guys have not purchased any Third Grace, I suggest that you do so. Is there anyone in here that uses Third Grace consistently? It's a few hands, and it's honestly amazing. The holiday season is upon us, so if you are looking for a nice gift to give to someone to take care of their body, something that they can stock up on continuously, hit up Third Grace.
So one of the biggest obstacles that I face being a Black woman and having a business is having big brands take me seriously. Hate to say it, but they look at your white counterpart as better than you, although you may be putting in 10 times, 20 times more work than that person and your counterpart. But having brands circle back is definitely full circle. Just continuously operating in my purpose, keeping me pushing forward past those obstacles and having people take me seriously, something that I constantly battle with.
I definitely felt that answer for sure. So the last question that I'm going to have before we share all the information where everybody can follow you. What is one of the proudest moments that you've had so far? Sorry if I stole your answer already, Jill.
One of the proudest moments that I've had thus far with Women of Lynn, we just had a collaborative event with a brand called Network Movement last weekend, where basically women come together and they network in a different type of way. It was like a dance and fitness and networking class. And Women of Lynn was able to speak before the event. I was able to talk about what we do within the community, what Women of Lynn is. And at the end of the event, I was leaving and a woman came up to me and she told me, she said, I've been watching your brand for a while now. And I came here to speak to you in person and I would like to give you a grant for Women of Lynn. And so amazing. Thank God, because the only reason I still have my 9-to-5 is to fund my dream and Women of Lynn and my business. So little things like that is definitely what keeps me going. So that was really great. Thanks.
So I would say mine is honestly just being in business. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but never thought I actually would be one, especially since we're coming up on a year next month. Just the fact that I actually did it and took that leap of faith and feeling like I didn't have enough knowledge to do so, or the money to do so, or the time to do so, just actually going for it and doing it has been my biggest accomplishment.
And you're doing it, see?
So Joy took mine.
Sorry.
Mine would definitely be teaching at the Kennedy Center. I never would have thought that they would have asked Sidebarre. So how it happened is they have these new buildings called The Reach. And so we actually, we were one of the artists that taught at the grand opening. We taught 2 classes, overflowed, sold out. It was great. They asked us to teach their dance series or their dance fitness series starting in November. And so I never, nationally, that's just being at the Kennedy Center teaching my business, whoa. So that's definitely been the highlight of Sidebarre.
So if you guys can just let us know where we can follow you, get to know what's going on with your businesses.
So you can follow Sidebarre at Sidebarre, SIDEBARRE, DC. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We post all of our schedules there, but you can also go to our website, www.sidebarredc.com.
Gotta give them a breakdown so they know where to go.
And so you can find Third Grace on Instagram at Third Grace. And then our website is www.thirdgrace.co. And that is third spelled out. So.
You can follow all of my social media platforms at Tamani Lynn, TAMANILYN, and all of Women of Lynn social media platforms at Women of Lynn, LYN, and our website is women.org. And also, we are having a content planning and creation 101 workshop on the 26th of this month. So if you have a brand and you need help help with planning out your content as far as like what apps to use, you know, if you're not too well versed on Canva and like different stuff like that. We're going to be going over that just to help you with planning your content and creating your content for your business.
All right, well, thank you. Can we get a round of applause for our third So if you guys ladies could just go right over there and sit with the rest of the panelists. I gotta go through my thank yous now. All right, so how did you all enjoy this event? Everyone's fully enjoying it? So we're not done yet. We still have a networking aspect to it, but I just want to thank everyone that really just helped. Oh gosh, here come the tears. Okay, so I just want to thank everybody for this event truly means so much. Anybody that knows me, I have to stop these ugly tears. Oh,
It's okay.
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm all about empowering women, and to make it through the end of this event, when it was a point in time, I didn't even know if we were gonna get enough ticket sales. And the fact that we ended up selling out. It took a lot of prayers, y'all. It was a lot of prayers, a lot of conversations with God, because I was truly doubting myself a lot through this. And I even remember telling him, like, I don't even know if I want to do another event anytime soon. Like, that's how much I was truly, like, doubting myself. And so for it to come full circle like this, it means everything. And I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart for supporting me. For people who supported the business for years, this moment right here, hands down, is the best one. It's pretty much everyone said, having a business it's a full roller coaster. It sucks your money. It does a lot that you really, when you're going into it, you think it's going to be all nice and exciting, and you don't have to go through everything. It's a full roller coaster, but to be at this moment makes it all worth it. So I think I've pretty much gotten through all the ugly tears. So first I want to thank Joe's Movement Emporium for having us, and I want to thank Manny, who's actually been in the back this whole entire time, who has been helping us. He's been amazing, just setting up this whole entire set design here. Has just been a journey within itself. So thank you so much, Joe's. Next, where's Ebony? Ebony has really been my right hand. As I said, I do internships through my business, and Ebony came along and literally was just like, what do you need? I got you. We stuffed her car to capacity, getting everything here today. I was a little worried about her driving here, but she got here. So thank you so much, because you already know how much you mean to me, and I really could not have done this without you at all. Next, let's hope I don't cry. Cam Era Agency, Cam, I'm gonna be short. Thank you for consistently supporting me through all my doubts, all my tears, all my happy moments, whatever it is, just continuing to support me for my dreams and filming this whole entire thing so everyone is going to be able to see it. You are an amazing boyfriend, and I love you so much. So thank you for always holding me down. MC Lux, PR firm, as I said earlier, full circle moment for me, for Carlene to be here with Mo. Where's Mo at? Oh, there you are, Mo. They just started their business, and I entrust her with anything from my business. If there's anyone that knows where I want to see my business grow and go to, it's Carlene and Cam, but Carlene definitely knows. So thank you both so much for all the work that you guys have done, because this event really just has been amazing. And it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Dream Story Production said, these amazing photos that you guys have seen, he has really been with me. We've just been pushing our creative eye, doing all of these projects together, and thank you so much for always answering my texts when I be blowing you up, asking for stuff, and you just really continue to push and drive me, so thank you for everything. House of Fee, who sponsored some of the gifts that are in your gift bags. Jennifer's Cakes and Sweets. As I said, you guys, you all will get to taste some of her sweets just in a few minutes, but thank you for always coming through with the goods, no matter what. I mean, she was a panelist, and I asked her, I was like, can you make over 100 worth of stuff? And she did it with no questions asked, and that is the reason why I continue to support her. And when you do open your storefront, I will be the first one in line. I'm saying that right now. You're talented, girl, you're talented. Jillian Bolden, who's not here, Jay's sister, who actually did the flyers for this event. So she actually is the reason why I want to change my colors now for my business in terms of rebranding, because she did that thing with the flyer. I enjoyed every second of it. Tula Talks for the media coverage. Can we get a wave, Tula? Go with the Flow Entertainment. Main Media Group. Zach is somewhere. Okay, there's Zach. So if you guys see your photos later, guys, he's taking them. And last but not least, my panelists. So can y'all come on up here? I got gifts for y'all. Can I get some help with the gifts? Come on, Caitlin, girl. Alright, so the gift bags are over there. Go, you can go over there. Okay, so you ladies already know how much I love you all, and I just want to thank you for being a part of this event. I can definitely say this is a first, it will not be the last, and I'm so happy that I had all of you ladies be with me during this groundbreaking event. So I have a few gifts that they're specific to everybody, because I wanted to give something to each of you that really just speaks to your dreams, where you can continue to write it out and just look at it, look back at it, and just see how far you've come and where you're going. So this is my little thank you. Okay, so we have Jaya. You guys can clap. Next we have Jen. Next we have Tiff. Ayana. C. Tamani. Chrissy. And last but not least, Jillian. So thank you so much for making this absolutely amazing. And yeah, can we get a picture, Zach? Yeah, I was like, come around, let's loop around. Oh, can someone, so on the actual thing it says what does it say? She believed she could, so she did. So they all have journals and some other little gifties in there.